Good morning. So I recorded this on my phone just because I was rushing around so much this morning. So today I have my steroid injection for my wrist. I've spoken about it before. I did a video that you should have seen a few days ago about my wrist and having carpal tunnel, and basically, yeah, I wanted to share my experience of having the injection because in my opinion, it's quite frightening to think that you're having an injection into your wrist. I mean, I've had a steroid injection before in my my trapezius muscle, but never in somewhere as like tender as my wrist. And I have been avoiding it for years, since I had carpal tunnel when I was pregnant, and obviously I didn't have the injections then. But after having kids and not being pregnant anymore, I then got it again, and I just basically wore a splint every now and again if it bothered me, and just avoided like lifting my hand above my head for long periods of time, you know, like when I'm sat on the sofa and all that jazz basically. But since lockdown, and probably because of using a stick, carpal tunnel in my wrist has got a lot worse. I do get a bit of pain. I won't say it's excruciating, it's kind of annoying pain where it's very achy in my wrist, and probably the most pain I get was down my thumb. So like down this part, especially like when I wash the pots and stir and stuff, and it's just getting a little bit silly. And basically pretty much the start of lockdown, about 3 weeks in, I lost feeling of the tip of my finger going down here, so till about halfway. And then basically about 2 weeks ago, I lost feeling in my thumb. So that's going down from the top here all the way down there. And I basically said, I think it's time now to just pluck it up and get it done, because my fear is that the rest of my hand's going to go numb, or my nerves are going to get damaged by it, and then I won't ever get the feeling back. So I was debating about going in, checking the time because I don't want to be late. I've got 5 minutes left before my appointment. I was debating about taking the camera in, and I was going to do it, but I've decided not to because I don't want to scare myself. I got told that it's not going to take one injection, it's going to take multiple, and they're hoping to see some sort of improvement before my next one in 6 weeks' time. So I'm afraid that if I record it, when I'm editing it, obviously I'm washing it, and it might scare me, because I tried to watch other people get it done and I just couldn't. I turned it off as soon as I saw the needle, and I just couldn't because it scared me, and I didn't want to wash it because I knew it would basically scare me from getting it. So this time I am not going to share it, actually, the needle. But if I get another one in 6 weeks' time, obviously if they have seen improvement and I do get another one, then I more than likely will record that one, because I've had it done before, and yeah, I should be okay. Obviously after editing it a little bit too, so we're gonna have to see. But yeah, I rushed about this morning because I knew that I can't get much done at all. So oh, my hand's hurting. So yeah, I decided to get as much as I can done this morning, because my appointment is done. My appointment is in the morning, and I knew that I got told that you shouldn't be reusing your wrist very much after the steroid injection. So I decided not to, basically to do everything that I could this morning, and basically when I get home just rest it and not do much at all and see how I go. I'm going to probably put the splint back on if I'm allowed. I'm just worried about my stick, because today my knee is throbbing, probably because I was up and doing crazy stuff this morning. I didn't get time to kind of like stretch it out and stuff, after being woken up and whatnot. But yeah, so my worry is that at the minute that it's gonna be painful to use my stick straight after, which then it's going to be painful to walk, and I've not been able to get a car park outside the doctor's. I had to park in a massive car park next to it, which is a good few meters walking. So yeah, I'm gonna see how it goes. But anyway, I'm gonna go in because I've literally got 3 minutes before my appointment. I don't want to be late. I'll catch up with you as soon as I get it done. I did it. Oh, got the splint back on, which I'm glad that he still advised it. Basically he says whilst I'm using my stick I should be using it anyway because of the bending on my wrist. It'll make it worse. So he suggested maybe more of like a crutch, to where it's supporting my wrist, but I have an appointment with a rheumatologist anyway. My fingers, I feel funny. Yeah. It wasn't bad, to be honest. My fingers are going funny now, but yeah, I don't really know what to say. It was fine. Afterwards I got normal, like I felt like I was going to pass out, but that's just me. So yeah, he basically talked about the pros and cons about getting it done. Obviously with COVID going around, they said obviously it's going to sterilise it and stuff, but there's still a chance of getting it because I've got, obviously it's an injection. So yeah, he basically, I said to him I don't want to watch it, have it done whatsoever, and he told me that I sat in his seat, the doctor's seat, because I was sat here and the table was here, and he said like this, it needs to be going in this way. So he made me sit in his seat so he could go in that way rather than me messing about. And it's strange because it feels similar to having your blood taken. So how you get that little sharp scratch is like that, but it's just strange because it's like, right, I need you to wiggle your fingers because I need to know if he's caught like basically one of the tendons or the nerves in it. So he told me that I need to wiggle my fingers, and he said, is that okay? And I was like, I can wiggle them. I says, but to bend them it hurts the joint. So he was like, right, I'll go back. And then I had to keep wiggling my fingers, and then he like pulled it back. I was like, no, that's fine. He says, there, it's fine. I said, I don't feel any like strangeness in my fingers whatsoever. And yeah, he did it. So there is a mark. I'll show you. I'll take my splint off. You can tell I've been wearing it for a long time because of I'll show you. The indent it's caused on my wrist. Can you see that? From having the pressure on it. It looks horrible. I'm just hoping that when I go on holiday in like 8 weeks that I don't wear a wrist splint, because I'm getting like tan line. I don't know if you can see it, but you can only just see it. So yeah, that is my wrist. So when he first did it, there was like obviously a bit of blood and stuff, but only a tiny bit. He said there is a risk of catching a blood vessel, but he didn't. He just made it bleed ever so slightly. It was just like a white ring around it because I'm assuming that was the injection, but now he said I've moved it about a bit. He said that's the only time I need to move my wrist. He said keep the wrist splint on, take it off now and again, and basically just keep doing this. My hand feels dead funny. And yeah, he said I should see an improvement in the next 6 weeks, and if I do, and then obviously it gets worse within like after the 6 weeks to get it done, he said he's not going to book an appointment for 6 weeks because he said if I can go further than 6 weeks then I'll do that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see what happens. So I'm gonna go home. I'm really hot because that's what happens when I feel like I pass out after having something done at the doctor's. So I'm gonna go home and probably update you when I'm home. Yeah, back home now. I think I was a little bit out of it in the car. I'm gonna have to hold it with this hand. Basically, I need back camera really, but I just, yeah. Yeah, before I left, about 20 minutes or so before I left, I took some pain meds because my knee's been bothering me, and I just thought pain meds could probably just help me at this point because obviously the injection's gonna hurt a bit. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't stop you from like shaking. I'll do this. It's a really bad angle, but at least I don't have to support my hand. Yeah. I've come upstairs to get changed and put some shorts on because it was quite cold this morning, and I went out in a jacket because I had to do some running around this morning, and basically, like I said, to get everything done that needed doing before I had it. Basically I had to have my hand on the table like this, and he was like, he told me to bend my wrist. He cleaned it, he sterilized it with that stuff that looks like blood, that strange looking stuff. And he basically, I bent my wrist, he put a marker on it. He says, oh, don't worry, this is just like a blunt needle. It's just to make a mark. So yeah, I made a little mark where he needed to do it. And then he was like, relax your hand. So I relaxed my hand, and he was like, you need to relax your hand. And I'm like, my hand is relaxed. And I had to like kind of like go like this and shake it and then just do it. I think it's because I was like so tense. And I know obviously it's not going to be good when I have it tense. So yeah, he basically did it. I was like this, and I like this. I think he thought that I passed out, because when he was done, he was like, okay, yeah, just don't want to look at it. But I thought if I tense my face up and like go like this, then I shouldn't be tensing my hand. So yeah, it went fine. Like I said, the strangest thing, it's like just like having your blood taken. So there's a bit of a scratch, but that is pretty much the only painful thing, was the scratch. When the needle was in and he was moving it about, I didn't feel a thing. Because what he basically does is it says there's risk of catching a nerve, there's risks of catching a blood vessel, and he said that what I need to do is when he injects it, I'm sure I've told you this in the car, but is to wiggle your fingers, and he basically knows if it's too close to a nerve. And like I said, when he first did it, I was like, I can move them, but it hurts to bend it. So he like said, right, I'm going to move down a bit. And he says, what about now? I went, And then he moved it down a bit more. Like, not like like taking the injection out on that. He moved the needle down. And then I was like, right, no, that's completely fine. I can't, my fingers feel completely fine. And then he did it. And he says, right, so I'm just going to inject it now. And he injected it so slow, which was great. I don't know if anyone's had a steroid injection before, but I mean, I've had one in my back, and that was okay, because I think it was obviously in a big muscle that it didn't hurt. But I also had them when I was pregnant. So I had two with both Andrew and Ava, and they hurt. And it's like, you just get the injection, the needle going in does not hurt whatsoever when I had these for steroid injections with the kids. They're meant to develop the lungs and stuff, but it's when they inject it, you just get a lot of pressure. So yeah, that was something else I was worried in my wrist, if I'd get the pressure feeling. But I mean, now and again I felt a bit of pressure, but it was nothing like the steroid injections when I was pregnant. Yeah, my hand feels funny. I wouldn't say it's really painful, but it just feels a little bit tender. So I don't know if anyone else gets like this, but when you kind of like have one of those things in your wrist, or things in your hand, you know, like when you're in the hospital and have a drip, one of those in your hand, and my hand, even though I can move it, it just feels a bit tender, so I tend to not move it. It's kind of like that. So I can tell something's been in my wrist because I feel a bit of a pressure in it. And my hand does feel a bit funny. So yeah, I'm not using it as much as I should. So I need to just rest it, which is what I'm going to do. Which is a pain, because I've been really enjoying cross stitch at the minute. But that's been bugging my shoulders. Doing the little bits are okay, but when you're going like this, it's been bothering my shoulders a bit. So it's probably a good idea that I'll probably take a rest from it today. Hopefully I can use it like normal. I'm still numb. Yeah, he is still numb. I think that's improved a bit, I don't know. This finger's now a bit numb on the tip. But I don't know, that's just because of the injection. So he says what I need to do is keep the splint on. Moving it like that. Keep the splint on, and he says, and then every now and again he says take it out and just bend your wrist and then put it back on. So yeah, hopefully I'll see the improvement, but It's just a bit of a pain because I can't do normal day-to-day stuff today, but hopefully tomorrow I can wash pots and actually not be in pain. That would be an improvement for me. So yeah, I am going to chill out for a bit, and then what I'll probably do is catch up with you later today, because obviously I've gone through having it and told you what I feel like now, but in, I don't know, a couple of hours time I might feel completely fine, or it might hurt more. But yeah, I mean, my experience wise with it, if it helps, I definitely go back and get another one. That's if it helps. There's a risk obviously that it might not have done anything, because I use a stick and it's constant pressure on my wrist. So I have a hospital appointment anyway in September, so it's a month away, but it's fine. It's not like I'm going anywhere in the next month. Towards like a family, our house is still kind of like locked down in a sense. We don't leave the house much. I can't really leave the house much anyway. You can't really do much. There's no point leaving the house. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and chill downstairs. It's been about 4 hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah, since the injection. It's like 3:20. I'm tired. I'm always tired when I'm on little pain meds. They always make me a bit like that, but I want some more. I can't take any yet because I've got to wait another 2 hours. My wrist aches a bit now and again when I move it a particular way. I get like a sharp pain in it, where I had the injection, or in my thumb. So I can't use it at all. But the doctor said that I shouldn't be using it anyway, and every now and again just stretch it out to kind of like get it all moving and the steroids going through it or something. So yeah, it hurts a bit now. Like I said, it's been 4 hours, so I can't take any more meds for another 2, because I took them just before I left for about 10:30. So yeah, it's a bit annoying now because I really can't move it at all. My thumb really hurts, and because I've got like a sharp sensation in my wrist and it's very achy. Like even like doing that, it's just a bit, it's sore. Debate about whether or not I should order a takeaway for dinner. At the same time, I've just gone shopping today and bought a load of food, and I'm doing so well. I've eaten good as well. The only thing I fancy is kebab and salad, which is not too bad for you. I don't know. I mean, at the minute I'm not even hungry because the pain meds make me a bit nauseous. Yeah. I mean, I've had a little bit to eat. I made sure I had a breakfast bar just before I left, because I knew that I'd have to eat before or it'd make me really dizzy. It wouldn't make me really dizzy anyway, but when I got back I just didn't want anything. I feel sick and stuff, so it is late. Ava's in bed. Me and Andrew are just going to chill out and watch a movie. We're watching the Prince Caspian, Chronicles of Narnia. We've been going through all those videos. So we didn't get to watch it all last night, so we're going to watch the last half of it tonight. I thought I'd update you about my wrist. It's got paint all over it. It's like gloss paint, so it won't come out. I do have 3 of these, so I can obviously wash one, wear one, all that jazz. Also as well, what I did in my last video and talked about the carpal tunnel, I linked it in the description. I'll do the same, just because I've had so many of these in the past and they irritate my thumb, like this part right here. It digs in and it makes it really sting and irritated, but this is the one I actually found that puts it in a nice position and it doesn't bother me. Like I said, I wear this 24/7 and it does not bother me at all. The only time that it bothered me was when I washed it. Even though I didn't dry it when I washed it, it's meant to be hand washed. The bit with the Velcro on here, underneath it shrunk, and then it started bothering me. But what I had to do is underneath it, so inside the material that it was attached to, I had to cut it. So, but now it fits completely fine. It's the only thing I did. Because yeah, obviously I've got to wash them quite often with everything that's going off. I have to kind of like, that's why there's 3 of them. So yeah, highly recommend these splints. You can have them in nude, I think, as well. Got mine in black, and in medium as well. I mean, I have quite skinny wrists, but I cut these, by the way. They're so long. I think because I got it in medium, I probably could have got away with a small. I wanted it where the Velcro wouldn't touch me. The sharp the Velcro wouldn't touch me, so it'd go right over. So the touch there, which meant these parts were very, very long. So I cut them to make it a bit more better, because things were getting stuck on them and whatnot, and it was just annoying. But yeah, update with my wrist is it's loads better. It still feels a little stiff, but it's not as painful. So I can use it fine. It does, like I said, feel a bit like my hands should stay like that, a bit stiff and stuff, but I have to keep stretching my fingers. Yeah, it feels completely fine now. A little bit achy in the wrist where I actually had the injection. Now and again I still do get kind of like that bit of a pain, but it lasts a second. Like now I'm kind of getting like twitches of it, the pain in my wrist, but it's completely bearable where I don't need to take tablets for it whatsoever. I have actually not taken any more since this morning. When I was on and I said there was only 2, I had to wait another 2 hours for them. By the time it got to them, the pain eased quite a bit. I've actually been able to get a few things done as well. I tried a bit of cross stitch, didn't really go to plan. I did like 5 cross stitches and then I had to give up because of the pinching and stuff was aggravating it, but probably could do some now, but I'm not going to because I don't want to, you know, make it worse. So yeah, probably update. Yeah, I did look into it and they said it can take anywhere from 1 to 3 days to work, but also 1 to 3 days to get back to normal. So obviously it says don't use it too much. Like I'm assuming it means like heavy lifting and whatnot, which I can't really do anyway. But yeah, it says that I'd get pretty much majority of my movement and stuff back within 3 days. So, and hopefully it'll start working then as well. But yeah, I'll probably update you in the morning to see if obviously anything's changed. I'm hoping I'll wake up and it feels all better. But we'll have to see. I don't know if it's still swollen. I'll check in the morning. I don't want to take it off again because I've been taking it on and off all day, just to keep checking on it. So I'm going to leave it on. Like I said, update you in the morning. Good morning. I thought I'd give you an update on my wrist. It's doing a bit better this morning. I did wake up with a bit of pain in it. I think it's just because it's stiff and things, but yeah, I've been able to get a few things done this morning. It's still we're still a little bit swollen. I think the swelling has gone down a little bit. You can tell where the injection has been and like where this wrist was completely fine and that one just, you know, where it kind of bends. You can see how your wrist bends up. Mine's just kind of flat. It's swollen there. So yeah, I've got a few bits done this morning. That was been okay. Like I said, still a little bit of pain in it. It stings quite a bit now and again, and if I touch where the needle's been or around it, it stings. Basically, it's like there's still a needle in there, so it's stinging. But yeah, it is a little better today, so hopefully it'll improve. I've not noticed any improvement yet in the numb. I'm just feeling my thumb right now. My thumb's still numb. I'm able to hold the camera, which is great. I have only holding it with 2 fingers. My little finger and my index finger. Thumb still kind of hurts a little to do stuff, so I'm still finding like washing the pots and stuff difficult. But yeah, obviously it's feeling a bit better than yesterday, which is great. So hopefully in the next couple of days the pain will be gone. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And like I said, if there is definitely, well, obviously at the minute there's improvement in the pain from the injection, but no improvement from like having the injection, if that makes sense. So yeah, we just got to give it 6 weeks, and if nothing happens, well, basically they said it'll take a few days for it to work, and obviously if nothing happens, then I'll get referred to the hospital to have surgery. But I'm just gonna have to see what happens from here on out. I thought I knew I'd have to wear my splint after having the injection, but I think it's one of those now where I'm going to be wearing it for a while. I mean, I've already had it on for over 2 months, so yeah, it's going to be a while now, I think. So yeah, but if you've got any questions about anything, please let me know. If I do end up having improvement in it and then I get a second injection, like I said, I'll vlog that as well and actually record them doing it, because I think it'll be a little bit easier now I've had it done, to not watch it in person but watch a footage of it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it a bit informative for you, and if you are questioning about have it done, do it, because, well, it's not too late to have it done, but from what I've read, that it can progress and get more serious, causing more damage. So yeah, I've waited so long to get it done now, and I'm glad I got it done now. I'm just hoping that it works and I do get the feeling back in some of my fingers. But yeah, like I said, any questions, just comment them down below and I'll be happy to get back to you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Bye.